Kevin, you motherfucking avatar. You better start the fucking after the show now, motherfucker. Avatar ass bitch.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, hello, and welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Friday weekend, bitches. Yeah. Excited about that. A lot of good stuff. This is an exciting time of year, honestly. I love this. Every weekend's awesome. The weather's now going to be fantastic. You got the holidays coming up. You got high school football playoffs beginning tonight. There's just so many opportunities, Virginia.
I love being outside when it's crisp and cool and you got to put on a sweater.
Yeah, it's nice. Well, it gives you more options because, you know, that's the most stripped down part of my wardrobe is the summer one because you got shorts and shirts and that's basically about all you can wear. You're going to die, you know. So, yeah, now you can do everything from little hoodies and jackets and all kinds of stuff, long pants.
Love it.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff. So hopefully you got some good things that are going to be going down this weekend. Get to some of that stuff coming up here on the After the Show. Got to handle a few questions here that we had from our Raise Your Hand poll that we did. 3 out of 4 of us have thrown away a dish instead of scrubbing it. I'm the only person that has not done that.
Dude, sometimes a plate just gets stuck somewhere. Marinara is tough to get off.
Sometimes I have burnt stuff onto dishes and plates and pans and pots, and I'm just like, F this. And I'm not There's no way I can get this off of here.
Also, I might not even be in the right mental state to be able to clean that plate.
It was a crappy plate anyway.
It's too big of a task.
I didn't love it. Let's just start over.
See, I am so weird. I am the other way. Half of the cups that we have are things that we've just picked up. Their plastic cups that I've gotten from all kinds of sporting events and things like that. And my wife will take it as a roadie with like a wine or something like that. And then we'll get there and she'll try to throw away. I'm like, no, what are you doing? I'll carry that stupid ass free cup around for hours. Just to not, I don't know what kind of weird attachment I have with this cup. It'll be from a Marlins game from 6 years ago. And yet I feel like I don't know what is wrong with me.
I feel like you take care of stuff. Like you're good at that.
I guess I have it. It's there. I treat it like gold. It's just even the stupid plastic cups I got.
I've noticed such a difference between my friends who were an only child compared to having a bunch of people in their house. It's such a difference in organization. It really is.
Yeah, I think one, you're able to organize things because when you get back to it, it's still the same way you left it. That's what I'm finding out with siblings who would just destroy everything. And after a while, look, the way I live now, you'd be like, because I realized there's nothing I can do about it.
Right.
They're going to try. They're going. So you know what? You got to find peace in the chaos.
My buddy grew up as an only child, and his son ended up going in and getting his socks without telling him. And the dad went to go get the socks, and they were gone. And he's like, "What the fuck? I mean, seriously?
Yeah.
You gotta tell me if you're taking my socks." At my house, that was so commonplace. You knew if you had socks, there's a chance you're not getting them back.
Yeah. That was it. And now I kind of live in that world. So I do, in a sense, it's almost like I got siblings being in the house that I'm in now. So I completely get it. Yeah. And then I just always had to pay for everything on my own. So I work for it. So everything I always had, I just knew how much time and effort it took to get that. So
it was special.
Right. So the last thing I wanted was for it to break or to be lost or whatever. So I just always was like, no, man, I'm taking great care of that. And I notice a big difference because, you know, that's one thing that drives me crazy. There's a lot of things. As a parent, you just always have to take deep breaths all the time, bite my tongue, because I will see my 17-year-old son just not take care of stuff and just take it for granted. And I just, you know, it just...
He's never had to work for it.
No, and I hate that. But I mean, I'm working up a hill. Like, there's just no way, because I'm all about. That's why he never has once come to me for money, because he knows he ain't getting shit. So, but grandma and mom are just, here, what do you need? What do you need? You know, they just throw it. So it's like, All I am is just the dick, because it's like nobody else is going to get on Team Kev and be like, you know what, he needs to work for every motherfucking thing he has. Nobody else buys into that but me. So
my dad, he wasn't an only child. He had a sister, but they didn't see much of each other, and they were a family where you had to take care of everything.
Yes.
So when he married my mom had 2 kids already, and he was going, holy shit, what the fuck?
Yeah,
no one takes care of nothing.
Right.
It just was unorganized a lot, where things would move.
And that's the other part of it, too, where I grew up. Your dad grew up not too far, about 2.5 hours from where I was from. And just that whole area, you didn't have a lot of stuff. We were not flashy people. Everything was, and so you had to take care of stuff. And something would get run down and broken, and all you were doing was taping it together and gluing it together and trying to figure out a way to keep that thing going. That's how our cars were, our clothes were, our shoes were, everything. And so you knew you had to take care of it. So that was the mindset of that area. And then you get down here, and I just can't, it still sets me bonkers seeing how people just nonchalantly throw away good stuff. It's like, oh, well, I'll get another one. Better.
These kids are soft.
Oh my gosh, I can't. It would. They moved to where we're Jaybird and my dad. It would break them. It would break them. I'd love to see it. Sometimes I'd just be like, going, I'd just like to send my kids to Logan for a month.
Yeah, go to camp, grow up how Daddy came, just for like a week.
Just go spend a month in that, and you got to live in it. There you go. Good luck.
That would be a punishment for me. I loved Logan.
Yeah, look, I think it's a blessing. I think it's just a place they should have. They need to open Camp Logan and send all these entitled kids there. Just go live there for a year. That should be your sentence. Good luck. So we're throwing away dishes, blaming your partner for something you definitely did. One of us has done that. That's Virginia. I can't do that. If I did that to my wife, Now, she blames me all the time. I get gaslit on a daily basis. I'm like, she'd be like, you caused such a ruckus. I'm like, I thought I remembered that being you. It's like, and I'm like, but she's convinced herself. She does that trick that OJ did when he tried to tell the world and convince himself he didn't murder anybody.
I didn't do it.
I'm like, looking at her this way, I'm like, you really don't think you did that, did you? I'm like, I'm losing my mind. I'm like, I completely remember this radically different. Radically different. Thank God I got my daughter Kaylin now, because she'd be like, no. I'm like,
Caitlin takes notes.
Yes. I'm like, thank you for just kind of, because I got completely blamed for that whole escapade. Thank you. But you're the one that will blame your spouse.
Yeah,
Virginia.
Nothing serious.
Yeah.
Like, if I fart, I'll totally blame him.
Okay, yeah. I have one time, I have blamed the fart on somebody else. I remember we were at a person's house. We were staying at their house, guest house. We were in Clemson. We know them okay. But we had been out full day, and it was later at night. I was tired. I was on the couch. I never do this. I farted and woke myself up. And he was sitting in front of me, and he turns out and looks like, what? And Cannon was sitting next to me. He's younger. I just pointed right at him. I'm like,
Cannon.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know, man.
It's kind of fucked up, too.
It was. But you know what? I just come to, and I was like, oh my gosh, I farted. I hope nobody heard that. I saw him go, who? And my first reaction, point at someone else. Completely regret it. One of the worst things I've ever done.
You pay the bills. You're allowed to get one.
Yeah. So I have blamed a kid for something I did, but not the spouse. Jaybird has spoiled a few surprise parties, apparently.
There was one time I was at the Gardens Mall, and it was a mom that I knew and her daughter, and they were friends of the family. And I go, so I hear you're having a big party coming up. She's like, I'm having a party? It was for her 16th birthday party. And her mom looked at me like, what are you doing? I'm like, like a party, just, it's Friday, it's party. So everything I said made it worse. Spoiled that surprise party. And pretty much
get away from you.
Pretty much the same. Someone's having a surprise party, and I brought it up in front of them, and they go, wait, there's a party going on. Are they throwing me a surprise party? I hate surprise parties. I'm like, I gotta go.
Mm-hmm. Also, when it comes to eating something in your car so nobody else could ask for a bite, sounds like that happened a good bit maybe in your childhood, Jaybird. You're always talking about everybody violating everyone's food rights.
And look, I was just as guilty. I mean, I told you about, I was about 17 or 18 years old. I had that teenage hunger. And my brother is a big boy. He's 6'7", and he was taking a nap. before he went to work, and I went in the refrigerator, and he had a brand new thing of Chinese food. And I go, I know I shouldn't do this. I know this is going to cause a war, but fuck, I'm hungry. And I decided to do it. And I was right. It started a war to a point where he would bring that shit up in my 40s.
That's funny. And probably the fun one that we got here was lick somebody's feet on your own time, not as part of a KVJ punishment, because we lick feet in here, but somebody's going home and licking feet, and that would be the guy with the really tired arm.
Overperformer today.
Yeah,
tired arm, tired tongue.
Yeah, right. I think it's tired. Louise said, I'm with Virginia's hunch, and I see one Jason Pennington, a.k.a. Jaybird, as the feet licker fetish connoisseur of sorts.
Wow.
I don't think how deep does this go? Because I know Virginia's taking foot pictures, so how often are you doing
Not
this?
often. It's just sometimes you get weird.
Okay.
You have a fun night, you get some booze in you. You lick some paws.
Okay. Same one. Now, do you suggest it, or was it suggested to you and you just went with it?
I mean, in the heat of the moment, who knows how these things happen?
I'm saying it's his idea.
Not always. This is getting too personal.
Something tells me he came in with a licky agenda.
I know it's gonna sound, because the more you defend it or deny it, but I'm not one of these guys like, oh, feet, I'm gonna come. It's not. No, jeez. Who's walking by? That was so loud.
Hey, kids.
They're back.
Is that tour still here?
Well,
Let's come.
I don't think these windows are soundproof.
That'd be the first question they asked us.
No, this room's not soundproof.
So you can easily, I didn't fuck any feet, I swear. And it seems like we always talk about the dirtiest shit when we've got guests walking around the hallway.
I know, every time.
You never know. Never know what you're going to get around
I think
here.
we're always dirty on Friday, though, and that's when they bring them through here.
Well,
It's kind of a loose day.
And
Yeah.
you always say it's not a kid's show past 8 o'clock. I mean,
No.
I'm not saying it's like full on
Like
rocks
I
or
say,
filth.
if you walk into this, it's on you. Yeah. We do what we do. Pull no punches and making no apologies. So that's all on you. Michelle said, Kev, if you love Billy Bob Thornton, the first season of Fargo is the best. He's amazing in it. Such a creepy character. Yeah, I think he's always been talented. I don't think anybody's ever held that against him. I really like his energy. That there are just some people that they bring, you can tell a large essence of them to their roles. And I'm okay with that. Vince Vaughn is one of them. I love when Vince Vaughn is Vince Vaughn. I love when Billy Bob Thornton is Billy Bob Thornton. And he is that in Landman. He's just great. And it's going to be coming back for season 2 on Sunday. He's just he's an understated guy. I love understated people. And he just tells it like it is. He's very dry, very sarcastic.
He's a cool bird.
He is. And he's like, you know what? I am what I am, And there's no apologies. It's just like, this is who I am. And if you can jive with it, cool. If not, then
If
just
you don't
let
like
me be
it,
me.
you're wrong.
Well, he didn't give a
That's
shit.
kind of
You're
his
wrong for me.
attitude.
Yeah.
He didn't give a shit back in the day. And the older you get, I think you give a shit a lot less. So there was one time, I'm sure you've seen the interview. It was this big dude in Canada. He was big in radio. He was one of the number one, like the Seacrest of Canada. And he's interviewing Billy Bob Thornton and his band. And I guess the stipulation of the interview was not to bring up Billy Bob Thornton, the actor, bring up the band. And the way the radio host introduced him was, you might know him as an actor. And that just set him off. And he was such a dick to the host. But it is an awesome watch.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's like, the guy would ask him a question. He's like, I don't know. And he would just stare him down. And the other band members are so uncomfortable.
That's awesome.
It's pretty good.
He's pulling no punches on it. Yeah, I forgot he had the little musical thing that he had done there for a while. He had a song when he was married to Angelina Jolie. It's called Angelina. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot about that. Yeah, so I do enjoy a lot of his projects, and that is going to be back this weekend, so you can start watching that. I got a little correction here. I had mentioned that 2 days ago was actually the date on Back to the Future. And I had asked Burr because he said he'd watch it. I'm like, did you watch it on that date? November 12th is a date. It wasn't the 1955. It's November 12th, 1985. that was what he was trying to get back to. Yeah, so Danielle said, listening on replay, I'm not sure if you got to it, but that is the date because that's my birthday. 40th to be exact. So,
but in Back to the Future, I do think he goes November 5th, 1955. That's the day I invented the flux capacitor.
Yes, that's when he's talking to him. Yeah, when they go back and forth. So that's where that all kind of happened, and he had to create the flux capacitor to get him back. But he was trying to get back to the date of November 12th. Yeah, so you have the date he went back to, and then the date he came. To from.
Back from.
That's such a
kind of ruined the movie for you. I know.
But it's such a
Spoiler alert.
It's such a good movie, though.
It really is.
But you've got a weird. I'm sticking my guns that Doc Brown got Marty into some weird shit. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And they also
that was the 80s, bro.
They also had incest involved. I mean, it was a little out there for a PG movie.
And got Laura here. She said, you guys were talking about Gen Z and their take on what they consider to be bad words. The old traditionals, shit, fuck, damn, whatever it might be. They don't give crap about that. What they care about is they don't like words that are racially charged, talk about somebody's disability, and in a sense, hurtful words that you would say about that. So that's the ones that they say, hey, man, you said that word. And, it is kind of interesting because, for us, we grew up, it was demonized. And I'm sorry, I'll use one example. But for instance, when we were kids, you would say the word spaz a lot. And I think that's one of those words now that they don't like that word so much.
You're right.
And you could drop an F-bomb and they would not flinch. You throw out that word and they'd be, oh, what did you just say? Like, that's not cool, man. So kind of interesting stuff. And Lori had said here, let's demonize the word pimp. If you knew anything beyond the surface definition of the word, you would never use it again. Please do not glamorize pimps. Yeah.
Oh, this is fucking exhausting.
That's where you...
She would hate a pimps and hoes party.
I know.
And I get certain... I totally get certain things. I absolutely do. But,
And I think you can get carried away with it. And I would put that kind of that category. Yes, you may not glamorize it, but... I don't know anybody's using that word to hurt someone else, to lash out. And that's, to me, where I would put in that category. And I get that. And look, I've changed because there are words I grew up with that we didn't demonize at all, that you would say and say freely. And people had said, hey, you know what, that kind of hurt somebody's feelings. I never want to hurt anybody's feelings. And so I'm like, you know what, for that, I'll do that. But then we have gotten requests too. Like somebody would be like, hey, you should never say pimp and blah, blah, blah. I'd be like, I'm not going to go there with you.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, I don't see the same. You're not tearing anybody down. Yeah, sure. I mean, so what? You can't say ever the word Nazi. You can't. What are we going to? I mean, at that point, you get insane where you're just like, okay, we take away about every word because somebody's been hurt or somebody's happened. But
so what if you're having a real conversation about a pimp? Do you have to say, I can't use that word, or you can't use it in a joking way?
Exactly.
Especially if it's,
that's where I think that's where you get into the level of, let's say if you, I use the word Japanese, somebody would be like, my dad died in World War II. And you're like, all right. Or my grandpa. Or you'd be like, all right. Now, how? So I can't say Japan, I can't say Japan. It's like, that's where, to me, where it's like, I'm not going to go that far with you, but when I'm like, okay, you need to, for me, still present a good case. And I have to see why that would be hurtful and be like, I don't want to hurt anybody. But to me, you can take it to the extreme where I'm like, now you're too soft.
Well,
so it's like, we got to like pimp. You're not winning me over on that one.
I would never call somebody fat. I call myself fat, and I call, Fat Kevin because that's a character on the show. And I've gotten shit for that going, you cannot say the word fat. And I will say...
Be nice to Fat Kevin.
Yeah.
Right.
We got in trouble on YouTube because they thought Fat Kevin was really a kid that was living now.
He was being bullied.
Remember, I wrote Fat Bohemian Fatsity, and it's all...
Bohemian Fatsity.
And it's all pictures of Kevin when he was... And you really weren't even that... You weren't.
You were a little portly. You weren't full on.
I was a husky kid, and I would say for about a half a year, maybe to a year, I did kind of jump. All right, this kid needs to get under control. But
the same thing happened to me when I was in my early 20s. I remember me and my buddy went up to Gainesville, and our friend sent us to go to the girls' that they are having a party. They go see what time the party starts. So we knocked on the door, and I guess they called and go, hey, your two fat friends just came over to ask us about the party. Are they cool? I'm like,
Your two fat friends.
I'm like, what the fuck? So I guess I'm not getting laid tonight. Not by them anyway.
Which one of you girls likes to bone fat guys?
A Porky Pigget for you.
And Christina in Brooklyn sent this email to us. She said, did you know that Ambien is a great example of how the modern medical system fails women's health? When they first rolled out Ambien, they didn't do any of the clinical testing on women, and evidently Ambien affects women way more strongly than men. Doctors were prescribing women the same dose that they would a man, and women were basically taking way too much and getting all messed up. There are now lower recommended doses for women and stronger warnings about driving the next day. This is due to the different genders having different body compositions and metabolism, where women process some psychotropic drugs faster than men. Women are often ruled out of clinical testing because of their menstrual cycle, which researchers don't want to throw any additional variables into the research. There are whole areas of society that have left women out of the research historically. It's very fascinating. Even the average temperature of indoor offices is affected by this.
Well, just like a man. Leaving us out again.
Yep.
Fucking Ambien, sexist pill.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you this much. It fucked me up, too.
Yeah, I don't like Ambien.
I really do. If anyone ever asks me, hey, should I take Ambien? I always say no. I think it's a dangerous drug. If you're taking it, I'm not trying to shame you, but if you ask me my opinion, I'm going to be honest with you.
I didn't do well with it.
I didn't do well with it either.
Mm-hmm. And got this email from Rhonda. She said, this past week, there was a wife that locked up her husband's snacks. And the only thing I was thinking was that if he is overweight and possibly his diet isn't great for his age, what if the future is what she's concerned about? Retiring, wanting to vacation, seeing museums, seeing sights. And maybe he can't travel, or if he does, he has to sit in the hotel all day long because he has no mobility. And maybe that's what she's looking at and trying to guard their future together. Because he has no restraints himself. Sure, you can look at that, and I could see that argument. You know, for me, though, it would just be like, you know what, you have to live your life and be like, look, he's made choices. And if you could bring that up, be like, hey, I just one day would like for us both to be able to walk the streets of Rome together. And if you continue this way, that's not going to happen. Now, if you choose snack cakes over walking the streets of Rome one day, just know I'm going to be doing it. You know, if
with a hot young Italian guy.
I'm going, yeah.
Let's go to Rome.
And all of your retirement money.
If your fat ass can't travel, then you're staying here. And I'm still going to live my life. So, you know, you're making decisions now that affect how you're going to be in 20 to 30, 40 years, whatever it might be.
I'll go to Rome with you, baby, but can I have some pizza?
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that's it. But I'm not going to lock up his snacks, which is what she had done with the key. I'm not going to do that. I'll present it to you and be like, hey, maybe you didn't think about this angle of it, but just so you know, when that age comes and I want to travel, I'm traveling. So, you know, if you're there and you can travel, great. If not, then stay home, you and little Debbie, and you just eat her all day long.
I'm a fan of people speaking from the heart and telling them they're concerned, and you know, but I'm not a fan of making someone do something when they're an adult, because you've got your own. You're an adult. You have your own free choices to make, and so does his wife too.
I mean, unless they asked me and were like, "Hey, I just can't control this. Will you help me with the willpower?" Then I would do that as a partnership. But other than that, I'm not going to put down a rule for you. You're a grown-ass adult. You make your own decisions.
You don't want to have to parent your partner.
No. I think it only works if both are involved, like you're saying. Mm-hmm. It only works if you're both into it.
Yep. And Tiffany said, I have a comment about what you had said, Kev, on the government getting too involved in marriage as it relates to suing your mistress. That was a case that happened in North Carolina, where it's one of 6 states where you can sue someone who breaks up your marriage. And a woman did sue the woman that broke up her marriage and was awarded $1.75 million as a result.
That's a lot of money.
She said, but once it became a bound legal document marriage, that is, with governmental perks, the government has to be involved, which means protections are required, which opens the door for her suit. Now, while I don't agree with North Carolina's law on this, I worry about what letting government into our marriage can lead to. I mean, what if this crazy heifer can set a stupid precedent by winning this suit? And she did, actually. I think the same thing happened to Fantasia. Here's a precedent throughout history. Government got involved and said 2 grown-ass adults can't marry because they're of different races, white or black, Native American and Protestant, or man and man, or whatever. Yet I can marry my teenage cousin in some states. It's kind of dumb. Yeah, absolutely. No, I agree. That's why I think it is kind of ridiculous. So, yeah, I do understand that they've got to be the ones that are the arbiters of marriage. But after that, yeah, I don't like all that other stuff. Whatever breaks it up. I like what Florida does. I like the no-fault state because at that point, all's fair in love and more.
He said, she said.
Yeah.
Look, love is a gamble.
It becomes very difficult, too, because then you're talking about adding so many billable hours to your divorce.
Sure.
When you have to prove that he did this or she did that. I mean, you are talking about a way more expensive process in the court of law.
Yeah, honestly, and probably attorneys in North Carolina love it.
They probably love it.
Yeah, I think you should sue him. And if I was an attorney in North Carolina, I'd probably say the same thing. Be like, let's go get him.
Yeah, let's get him.
They love that like a meteorologist loves a hurricane.
Yeah,
You're right.
Look, I mean, they don't want anybody to get hurt, of
Job
course.
security,
But that's their time to, you know.
Speaking of meteorologists, did you see what somebody put on Steve Weagle's retirement post?
Please tell me it has something to do with my left ankle.
It did.
This was on his actual post?
Well, they told me in our DMs that they did it or they were about to do it. I don't know if they actually had the balls to do it, but they were like, in Steve Weagle's retirement post, they were, don't worry, Steve, rest well. Jay Bird's ankle's got this.
It's probably why he's retiring. He's like, I can't take this crap.
Fuck that ankle.
He's saying he's got a body part that predicts a bit weather as well as I do.
Sometimes I'd be just scrolling up and I would see a random Steve Weagle post, and I wanted to read about what was going on the weather, and like the first comment, yeah, but Jay Bird's ankle.
Sad.
He's probably like, bitch, I went to school for this shit.
Your ankle should send him a happy retirement gift.
I would think that's funny, but I don't know.
I just wonder how unfunny he finds it.
That's what I
Is it massively unfunny or just like, yeah, I don't really get it?
Kevin,
like,
that's a great question.
Yeah. I know he finds it unfunny, just how unfunny.
Well, I know I've had 2 experiences with Steve Weagle. One was at CR Chicks, and he was in the line ahead of me, and I dorked out. I'm like, Steve Weagle, what's up, man? How's it going? And then the second
My
time,
ankle wants an autograph.
Well, this is before we even did the ankle.
Oh, okay.
And then I was in some kind of parade at downtown Clematis. I was in a car, and they were doing a live broadcast, and he was just going around to people and asking them their opinion, and he didn't recognize me, and I'm in the car. Goes, what do you got to say about all this? I just got one thing to say: Bigfoot is real. Rah! He's like, oh. And I'm pretty sure he knew it was me. And that was on the news.
My damn ankle.
Yeah, somebody had asked, when does he officially retire? I don't know the answer to the date. I don't know if he was walking away right then because he got broken up about it. He's a little choked up. So I don't know. I almost think maybe he just dropped the mic and he's done. I don't know.
When you get broken up and you cry on the air and you say goodbye, that's it. Like, you don't come back after that, right?
Right, and then the part after it visually, they were also kind of running, old flashbacks and, shots of him from his years of doing the weather on News Channel 5. So I would assume that would be it because you're not going to do that twice.
Right.
Yeah.
It's done, right?
I would assume he's
and I think he knew this was coming for a while because he lives in my neighborhood. He used to live in my neighborhood. He sold his house a few months ago. So he's probably had this plan. This is not one of those situations where they call you into the office on Friday and tell you they're letting you go.
No, because typically if you do get Friday, it's a rare thing in the media for them you're fired and you have one more shift to say goodbye because they're afraid you're going to trash them.
Right.
Yeah.
We were lucky at station number 1. That does not. We were allowed to say goodbye over at Wild.
That never happens.
It is rare. People are saying December 12th. So I guess I don't know what they'll do when it's his actual last day. Maybe he just quietly walks away on December 12th. I don't know.
Holy shit. They cloned Steve Weagle.
It's not really him.
It's AI Weagle.
We need to clone your ankle. Because it's not doing so good either.
I hope he knows I'm just fucking around. I think I like Steve Weagle.
I do too.
Yeah, but
it's just fun to fuck around.
I'm not sure if he likes me.
Aubrey said, hey, we're going to be headed to Miami Beach Saturday for my son's 19th birthday. Any cool places to go during the day before we go to the hotel? Yeah, I guess it probably just depends upon what you want to do. In fact, the Queen and I, we decided I think we're going to go spend a couple days. It's been a while since we really kind of hopped around Miami, and a lot of things have changed. I mean, the last time I really did bar hopping in Brickell, I mean, they put up so many buildings since then. So, but everything's kind of got its own little vibe when you go to Miami. I guess you got to figure out what it is. I'm not real attracted to Miami Beach anymore. I mean, I know it's got, the street there, ocean looks fantastic, and, Lummus Park and all that's good, but I don't know. It's a little sketchy, and also freaking cocktails, man. I sat down and got a margarita the last time I was there, just sitting right on Collins. It was like $26. I'm like, $26.
Man, you better give me at least
margarita?
3 shots in that drink for $7.
It better be half tequila, half margarita.
I better be buzzed to where I don't give a fuck. I just spent $27.
Yeah. So, honestly, for me, the places that it's not necessarily Miami Beach. Midtown's got some cool stuff. Wynwood is kind of nice to walk around. They got some cool bars, restaurants there if you're going to be going to that area. But honestly, along the Miami River is where I really want to explore. They got everything from like, American Social, and they've got those all over South Florida. But, see that they got Tap 42 in Midtown that, so I like those kind of places. They got a Moxie's. Moxie's is a place I like. West Palm's going to be getting one soon, so you'll be able to see that. They've got one in Lauderdale and Las Olas. It's kind of like a higher-end sports bar.
Okay.
Yeah, so you got sports, but you kind of feel slightly classy. So, I'm going to wear my slightly classy.
That's how I felt when we did our clothes swap.
That's what I'm going to be wearing. That kind of, I mean, it's still, it's express classy, but, that's
it's hip.
I feel like a banker in that thing.
It's classy. It's hip.
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff down there. Yeah, so that's kind of more, I really want to go check out Brickell, but I know that's not going to be cheap. So I probably won't get a lot of stuff. I'll probably just look. But yeah, I mean, they've got a whole bunch of staples that are around there. But I like a lot of the stuff right around the Miami River area. So that's what I would imagine hitting. If anybody's got any suggestions on that, I would not call myself the expert at this moment. Do have an email here from Ron. He said, just to let you know, you're talking about how nobody going to church these days. We're at 49%. I think it's the first time that we dropped under half the population in America. We are, since 2007, no nation has given up going to church more than America. And he said, just let everybody know we're having traditional service at 8 a.m., coffee and donuts. At 9 a.m., we'll have the Miami Dolphin game on the big screen. And after that, we're doing a lunch and cookout featuring, it says the snack pack. Come back to church, America. I don't know what that, I don't know. Are you playing at a church on Sunday?
That's our AI version. We are religious version of the.
I don't know.
What church is that, Ron?
Well, that's the whole thing. He didn't even say what church. So, all right. So if you can find Ron's church out there.
That version of the snack pack has a song called Snack Religious.
There you go.
I like that.
Yeah. The Dolphins on at 9:30 on Sunday. Kind of a programming note because they're in Madrid, Spain, taking on the Commanders this weekend. So that will be kind of fun. So, if you can get to the late service, maybe do that. Or maybe your church is going to be showing the game.
Maybe.
Who knows? All right, y'all. Well, enjoy your weekend. Thanks for being here. Can't wait to get to it. Make sure you're checking out not only the KVJ Show shorts that we got for you, but also check out the KVJ Show Edit. If you want to get a quicker version of the regular show with no music and commercials, that is up there for you. It's just called KVJ Show Edit. Watch that this weekend, and hopefully you'll be back here on Monday with us. Enjoy your weekend. Goodbye.